Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong says Parliament is a place for serious discussion and not just criticism. Mr. Lee adds it's not just a place to hold either the government or opposition to account. Instead, both sides should participate in solving problems together, or Singapore would be worse off for it. He was speaking to the Singapore media at the end of the three-day Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Perth. Channel News Asia's Joanne Chan with more from Perth.
Perth was the scene of intense talks among leaders on strengthening the Commonwealth institution. And just a week earlier, Singapore's parliament sat for the first time since the May general election, and members shared their thoughts on the measures needed for the country to prosper. Mr. Lee said that while the opposition had put a lot of effort into their speeches, it remains to be seen if they will participate in helping to solve problems.
This is not just a show, it's not just a theatre. This is a place where we're discussing very serious business and where we have to make very difficult choices for Singaporeans on behalf of our voters. And I think we will, as government, it's our responsibility to speak the truth to Singaporeans, and I think it's the opposition's responsibility also to acknowledge the truth and to speak it, whether or not it is politically advantageous to them.
On Singapore's economy, Mr. Lee said that there are dark clouds on the horizon, as the long-term structural problems in Europe will not disappear soon. So Singapore has to be prepared for a period of several years of difficulty. The Prime Minister added that Singapore is also facing slowing growth because the economy is more mature.
For a developed economy, 3-4% is not bad. Of course, we've been used to 5, 6, 7, or even more in the past. But there's a different phase. When you're an adolescent, you grow and shoot up inches every year. When you're mature, you hope to grow not necessarily taller, but wiser and better.
On the government's move to raise minimum salaries for foreign professionals and skilled workers, Mr. Lee said the government knows it's been painful for employers. He added that accepting a lower growth rate is the price to pay for managing the population size in Singapore.
Wrapping up the three-day Commonwealth meeting, which have focused on reforms, Mr. Lee said it will not be easy to transform such an organisation. Calling the Commonwealth an old boys club brought together by a shared history, Mr. Lee said members will agree where they can, but also have disagreements. As for the failed proposal to appoint a watchdog for human rights, Mr. Lee said Singapore's support will depend very much on whether such a commissioner will be productive. Joanne Chan, Channel News Asia, Perth, Australia.